optimized.
It needs it.
Because if it only used like 10%, you'd have to watch some sort of stupid movie with... Who was that? Was that Paul Rudd?
Lucy. You're thinking of Lucy?
I'm thinking of Unlimited.
Tabletop Simulator run.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Huh. Well, anyways, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Edge of Despair after a very long hiatus. We're a little bit late even for tonight's stream, but thanks to a Herculean effort by all of our very talented casts and also some of the untalented ones, we're here tonight to bring you the next phase of the adventures on Ord Mantell. I thought we were on Feta for a second, and that statement was gonna work out a lot better. But yeah. So last time we found Jolyn Sinclair, who's been our white whale for the last 6 episodes of the campaign, and we have a meeting set up with the Republic. They're still looking for Jolyn because they want to bring in all of the runaways and deserters. And Jolyn's going to see how he feels about us after hearing this meeting. So, Kalo, do you want to say anything else before?
No, but we should begin by me deciding that I'm nicer than I should be. Everyone should roll their light side and dark side points, please.
All right. So there will be a bit of a change after this because we haven't been able to do the episodes as often as we were originally hoping. I lost the die. It's just stuck in there. Yeah, the die is stuck in there, Kalo.
No, I think I was touching.
Okay. The dark side then. Yeah, so the way this is probably going to work...
One counts.
Doesn't?
It hit the first die. That's
I don't think that's a rule. I don't think that's a dice rule.
That's happened before.
If you roll a bunch of dice and the dice hit each other, I don't think that invalidates the results.
Yeah, but look at that.
2 and 2 right now.
A clean roll.
Oh,
wow.
4 light, 2 dark right now.
That is my first 2 light roll ever.
Yeah, so from now on, what I think we're going to be doing is planning to do the streams on Twitch, because every Sunday I'm going to be streaming on Twitch regardless.
A lot of lights.
Then, if we are ever unable to do... I'm going to die. If we're ever unable to do Edge of Despair, then I'm still going to be streaming in the same place. No one will get lost. And I will post the episodes to YouTube as an upload after they happen. So that should make it a lot more, a lot easier for people to know what's going on and when stuff's going on. And then whenever we have the content planned or whenever everyone's available, we'll be able to just do the Edge of Despair streams whenever and get farther along. So I think that'll work out a lot better for everyone. But yeah, so Kadia should be around in a minute. And
I'm already here. I mean, I know I'm quiet, but
I said inertial or Kadia because I corrected myself.
Kayla, where did that third set of light sides come from?
I rolled for Kadia.
Oh, okay.
Wow, you rolled like shit.
Damn. Leave me alone.
Well, last time none of us
your...
succeeded at anything, so...
I need all of your PDFs in the Discord.
Would somebody mind doing mine for me? I'm still having issues with that.
Throw me the XML when you can.
Do you have my old one, Kalo? It's the exact same as it was.
Yeah, I've not changed either.
If yours hasn't changed that much because you're saving experience, that's fine. Just let me know.
Yeah, you don't. Mine's the same. So
we should pin the links in that Discord channel because I think we've all done our drives. There, I'll do that while everyone gets.
I have also nothing's changed from mine.
We post way too many links and GIFs in here. It's really making it hard to find and drive.
I wonder who that could be.
Well, it's mostly Inertial posting Lilo and Stitch memes, and Scarecrow posting the "Let Me In" thing when the channel is locked on a number of people.
I've definitely done that more than once.
Dude, one? one and it's all the time?
Well, it's
So
the only
as
one.
far
It's
as-
the one I was looking at.
As far as obligation goes, I'm going to manually trigger Corey's. Everyone else will be at 1 strain.
The fuck?
Yeah, what?
Can't
Listen,
manually.
you could just be. Yeah,
Getting hoed.
good. You think Corey deserves any less?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need
Or he
better
deserves
puns.
the world.
So the last time we were here, everyone had just managed to get their ship back in the most amazing cowabunga fashion. Thank you, Inertial. You guys are currently in
enjoyed that.
possession of Joel and Sinclair, and you are all currently, I believe, on your ship deciding what to do. Currently, you guys have 2 tasks. You could either just completely dumpster Jolin and send him back. He could be in a bit of trouble for what he's done, or you can just help him, or you can just see what they want. You also are all slightly in trouble with the Republic.
Well,
We
I
are?
mean,
Oh, right.
they. That's all a matter of perspective, really.
Well, I don't know if I am. I mean, I'm not really in the Republic, right?
Well,
Beta's
you are
part
being
of the
paid by
Republic.
them to help out.
Oh, I thought I was just being paid by the governor. Shows what I know.
The Republic has pretty deep pockets. Actually, what I meant to say is they're borrowing a lot of money. So, what would you guys like to do?
Why won't let me select a color?
Racist.
There we go. Fixed.
Well, I guess we should talk to Melanie again. Ashford.
Well, as I recall, the
Ashby.
past conversation was to meet up with her back at the central outpost of Ord Mantell. That's up to you guys to decide to do if you want to do that.
Yeah, we had. They gave us a 3-hour time window for us to check out the distress beacon. We're well within that time still. So
We're on our way back.
yeah.
So, are we all in a room in the ship with Jolin right now, or is Jolin and Samira off?
Yeah, I would absolutely say that they're in the
Okay.
the ship is currently on autopilot if you would like it to be, just because I'm being nice, and you guys can talk to him at your leisure.
Should we maybe give Jolin a comm and just leave that on for the meeting? We might need to stash it somewhere, or John can do some computer wizardry and try to hack into their security system. Just so he can hear what's going on.
I have an earbud comm link, which is apparently hard to notice, so I guess we could just use that.
Can you tell me what the item does really quick, just like the full description?
Please see page 45 of the ciphers and math.
God
It's like-
Almighty!
It's like an in-ear comm link. So
Yeah,
it's
it
just-
looks like it's identical to a regular comm link, except that noticing an individual is wearing an earbud comm link requires a hard perception check.
Okay, that's fine. So it's just a normal comm link. Got it. Yeah, he kind of stands up and says, how do I put this in?"
Wait, no, I'm not giving him.
Oh, you don't want to give it to him? That's why I thought
No,
you were...
I think the idea here is that I keep my low-profile comm link so that they don't notice that we're using it.
Okay, sure.
I don't think we
guys?
need to worry about his comlink being inconspicuous if he's staying on our ship.
Yeah, I mean, he could just use the ship's intercom,
Yeah.
probably.
All right.
There's a
do
plan.
we need to stow them away, or are we just going to let them walk around in the ship?
It should be fine.
I think we should prepare for the eventuality that the Marshal wants a tour.
If that's the case, why don't we have a code word for them to get into this stowed location?
That would probably work. I assume we don't have Like, this
Like
isn't a smuggling ship.
asparagus.
We don't
I-
have, like, the under walkway hidden places, like the
No,
Falcon.
this is just a typical like freighter.
But remember, the Republic repossessed this for 1 destiny point from a smuggler, so some of those compartments were there.
I'll allow it,
Oh,
guys.
got him.
Okay. So, yes, as it turns out, this ship at one point was used for light smuggling operations. This means that anyone trying to search for stowaway cargo will incur an upgraded difficulty, or which one would you guys prefer? I'll allow a setback or to upgrade the difficulty of their check.
The
I would, I'd say upgrade.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
And would you allow me as a smuggler to inspect the hidden compartment and see if I can make any improvements?
Sure. First, you'd have to see if there's any like actual way that you could make improvements. So that's going to be a hard perception check.
All right. One day I will remember.
Today is not that day.
Today is not that day. Okay, starting strong.
Do you want to use the advantages, or do you want me to tell you what it is?
If you have an idea for him, go ahead.
You imagine that you could possibly find like some inefficient Durasteel plating and all that, but at the current time and time frame, you figure it just is a better idea to literally get the actual gear for it and try again later.
You may be able to find that gear at the station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, as long as you hide in there and don't steal our ship, please, we should be good.
Can't we just lock the controls? Does this thing not have a key?
I feel like if Jolin's on the ship, he probably has the skills to leave with it if he really felt like it. We can trust you not to do that, right?
A hearty chuckle and says, "You guys have been forthcoming so far."
No, like, I'm not saying I expect you to steal our ship. It's just, we just had an incident with someone who just strolled up the ramp and flew off with it.
Well, yeah, we lock
And
the
it's
ship
just a little
now. That's.
frustrating.
I just mean protecting it against Jolin isn't something we should have to do. But we'll definitely lock the door on the way out. Do we maybe leave Tesfa here?
You look
Actually-
over and Tesla comes into focus and just still shut off. I think Tesla's
isn't-
fine.
Isn't Katia here?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, well, allegedly. She's in the
Oh,
call.
really?
Yeah, I'm assembling a sandwich. I'm
Oh.
listening.
you're also assembling at 29% loading right now.
My favorite assembly. All right.
So we have, we took Kiln out of Tesfa, right? Loaded Kiln into
Yes,
a data
he
pad.
is in a data pad.
I do not have the ability to roll dice, but it is loading.
Yeah, but that hasn't stopped you in prior sessions, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
One of us can do that.
Okay, just for clarification from the GM, who was storing Kiln?
Scarecrow made the rolls at my insistence. If
So
that's
the-
what you
It
mean.
means Scarecrow is storing him in a data
Yep.
pad.
Well, it's
Yes, but it was in
it's
a
not
locker.
my data pad. It's just a random one extra we had.
Yeah, I think we just stuck him in a locker.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I said, what would you guys like to do?
Show them how to hide, and then...
They've been watching. They know how
Code
to
word? What's
Yeah.
the code word?
John said asparagus, so I think asparagus is fine. I don't see that coming up in conversation. As long as one of us says it. I don't know if...
Check the oven. The asparagus is burning.
So if you hear us say asparagus, get in the compartment.
What even is asparagus? Samira says with a raised eyebrow.
You know, I have no idea, but I guess just listen for it.
It's a vegetable they eat on Belderon. It's pretty rare in these parts.
All right, I guess we'll trust you then.
It should be fine.
All right. I think we can lift off at this point.
We're
Lifty
on our
off.
way.
Yeah, we were already flying towards it too, so you really need to go lay down. We need you at your best for this meeting, please.
I can see the past.
Okay, so I don't know if it's any help, but I do have a stim. Would that help keep you awake through this?
I don't know how much more we want flowing through this Powan's veins.
So Jolin steps forward and says, he's got that need for the blue stuff, huh? And he pulls out a stick of it.
He's got the booster blues.
Oh! He says,
Halo.
I
You can't allow that.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
I think I already
Jolin
used that as
steps
the
forward.
title for an episode, but I'm going to put it in there right now.
He hands it to Slevered and says, I understand. I got a little bit of an addiction myself.
Can you spare some for me?
He's literally trying to
just
hand you some as you ask.
You just see me kind of like stare into his hand. I just
Mouth
quickly
to
swipe it, quickly swipe it, and almost snort the tube along with it.
The sensation fills your nostrils and you feel the most normal you've felt in maybe 72 hours.
I'm ready to go.
The realization that you might have snorted a cleaning agent has hit you with you feel a bit sad. All right, so as you guys are flying through the air, you guys see the outpost coming into range. Is there anything you'd like to do before you land?
I go and refresh myself on Republic tort laws.
Corey, make a perception check.
Oh no, is my book smudged?
I'm assuming you're using a
Perception?
console, not a book.
Well,
It's going to be an average perception check.
I'll have you know, I'm not very perceptive. Wait,
Um,
do I have a thing for this? I might have a thing for this.
I'll say you have a boost for it.
I'll take that, but also, do I have class skill? Where are my class skills? Congenial, that's not going to do anything. Natural athlete, I've never done anything athletic in this game.
well, you've tried.
Well, that's the key word there. I fail.
So you're kind of browsing through the bits of news that are going through Ord Mantell, and you just breeze past it, and you find out what was it you were looking for again, just so I don't give you the wrong shit here.
I was just looking up Republic law stuff, refreshing myself before we go into these negotiations.
Sure, any particular law you're looking for? Use this opportunity to get creative. Come on now.
We have to stick with what I said. I did say I was only looking at Republic tort laws because that was irrelevant, and I thought it would be
Would
funny.
you like to flip a destiny point?
No.
Okay. What is the law you're looking for then? Anything in particular?
No.
All right. Cool. We're going to hold on to that one then because you don't know what you want. You did find a law, but you're not willing to tell me what you were looking for, so we'll
Well,
continue.
I'm a lawyer. I'm just studying stuff. I was looking up.
All right.
I just read
I'm going to
words.
say that this is going to give you a 2 boosts on your next, like, so if something legal happens, you're going to have 2 boosts to try and figure out, like, if there's anything that would help you law-wise discover if you can bend that to your leisure. As
I
most
guess
politicians.
I guess since I'm looking up tort stuff, I could find out how we could handle Jolin being mishandled a little bit better. But that would be the most
Tort?
relevant. Yeah.
Well,
We lost Katia.
It still hadn't loaded. I'm trying to rejoin to see if
Fair.
it fixes.
So the ship comes up to the nearby port and takes a very smooth landing, surprising everyone, including Jace.
Why would it surprise me?
Why
You've
would
seen
they surprise
how few of our flights so far have resulted in actual landings.
Yeah, but I'm a good pilot.
Okay, you tell
Doubt.
yourself that.
I don't like how quick he was. He just like, yeah, I'm a good pilot. And
You know Iceman.
Nobody knows who Iceman is. This is the
what's
past.
an Iceman?
Ooh.
Teeth chomping noises.
All right, so you guys take a pretty quick landing, and the attendant welcomes you, and the drop down ramp, that's the word I'm looking for, lowers and releases a bunch of air.
Hey, look, another one of Terrible's models has crashed into a planet.
Fuck! I hate it here.
I think Terrible feels.
Damn.
Probably terribly.
I hate it here.
Aha!
Okay, so the ramp has lowered, and you guys are currently still inside of the ship. What would you like to do?
Has he had a model that isn't crashed into the planet?
Yes.
That's a tough one.
Yes.
Which one?
End of season 2, big space fight.
Oh, hey, there you go, there you go.
Which model of his was in that?
The Harrower. Hey, we gotta take them W's where we can get them, all right?
I think we actually made a point of doing that so we wouldn't have a destruction.
All right, sorry to derail that.
Okay, ramp drops. No one can break my stride. I walk out.
I follow.
Breathe in the smoggy air.
And I am not taking my carbine, but I am taking my concealed pistol.
As you guys
Just to
move down the
Follow
ramp,
as well.
you notice that there is a rather large patrol, we'll call it, of Mandalorian soldiers waiting for you. There's about 7 of them. They are all
Okay,
heavily
I-
armed.
right back up the ramp and
Hit the right place. This doesn't feel very Republic.
As you approach Toos, one of them steps forward. He's in a red Neo Crusader armor, and he reaches out to shake your hand.
So is this armor or armor color or insignias? Do they match the people that we talked with before that were up on the station?
No. You've probably never met this person before.
Okay.
he would not be someone we would recognize from a certain video.
He could be.
Do
I
the
would like to
insignia-
check that.
Okay, sure. Make a hard perception check.
Hey, look at that. I already have it set up. And it worked this time.
Wow. Unbelievable.
I have no idea what I would do with that threat. No, we'll make it funny. So you kind of look him up and down and realize that his armor has been very it's more taken care of than the people here. Everyone else has like sand stains and various like grease spots all over their armor because Ord Mantell is not a clean planet. His is very shiny and beautiful. And then you kind of like sit there, cock your head to the side, and realize this is probably Cassius.
Who is the guy that the psychopath AI sent videos to?
That is correct.
All right. And how do you spell that name?
Cassius.
Okay.
So the
Like
threat
the
is you
football
kind of
player.
like you stumble a little bit, like you lose your footing, and he just kind of looks at you like you're stupid.
I shrug and kind of accept that, yeah, that was kind of dumb.
So he looks to the twos and says, "So this is the prodigal little crew He then points behind him and says, "Your friends." He kind of just shrugs when he says it. Are waiting for you.
Ah, okay. And I kind of as I'm looking at him, he can probably see I am still sweating bullets from.
Did you shake his hand?
I look at his hand for a bit, and then try to shake his hand. Yes.
You give the most limp noodle handshake possible.
Ah, yes, as is custom.
He looks a little disgusted by it. If we're done with this embarrassing display of honor, he looks at your hand and just kind of shakes his head. They're over this way. He's pointing into the actual starport of the Ord Mantell. It's the central one where most of the business is actually handled.
Perfect. And I'll start walking my way over there.
Okay. So everyone's good to follow. Does anyone
Yep.
want to make any sort of preliminary roll or something like that, so I don't make sure that no one feels like they're left out? Good. All right. Cool. Red.
It took me a minute to figure something out, but yes,
Sure.
kind of. I want to know what kind of attitude Cassius has.
Sure. Despite his armor and all that, he's kind of wearing his emotions on his sleeve. Make an average perception check.
Coverage. Who needs anything other than perception? Me. I do.
What would you like to do with the one advantage?
I have nothing. I failed to notice somebody's mood. I cannot think of anything that would be related to that.
So sorry about that. Someone was talking to me.
We got that one advantage, even though you can't really read his emotions. There might be something else that you can read about the environment. Are the people around us pretty calm too, or is it kind of
Sure, you could definitely get that from them. They are on guard. The safeties on their blasters are not on.
Okay.
Is it a mix of Mandalorian and Republic people here, or is it just Mandalorian?
So the party that's greeting you is mainly Mandalorian.
Mainly?
Yes, there's only Mandalorian.
That's...
Oh, but there's civilians and other people.
Yeah. The ones that are greeting you are Mandalorian. There are, as you look around, you notice there are various civilians walking around the starport. It hasn't been cleared out. And I have to get this cat out of my garage. 1 second.
I feel like we
That
weren't
wasn't
warned
the
about
code
this.
word. I thought we agreed on asparagus. Nowhere.
John, just go back to playing Galaga. So, is anyone else distressed by this? Were we warned about this too? I don't think we were.
No, I didn't think that
Sorry about that.
Mandos would actually be here.
I mean, it's nice that everyone's cooperating, but this could be a problem.
Very much so.
As you are led into the starport, they stop just short of entering and literally get into a defensive stance.
All the Mandalorians are getting into a defensive stance?
Yeah, they haven't followed you into the building.
You get firing
Is that
squatted.
including Cassius, or does he follow us?
Cassius is not with them. He's standing guard as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Do they have the same insignia and colors as Cassius?
They do. They all seem to be coming from a very similar clan.
Do they have the same insignias and colors of the people we found smeared against the wall by Kiln?
Yes.
Oh, no.
As you enter the building, you notice that it's pretty quiet. There's a small like spaceport side cantina. There's a couple people there getting some drinks, and you notice Melanie and Ashby are currently in the waiting reception room of the starport.
So I'll walk up to their. Are they sitting at a table in the reception area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're sitting at a table. There's a couple chairs free.
And I'll walk up and say, with 30 minutes to spare, we're back.
Ashby does not look impressed. He just kind of like puts his nose up at you and chuckles. And Corey, go ahead and make an average perception check.
Average perception check. All right. Put on my perceiving glasses of perception. Then I don't succeed,
I love
but I
it.
get
This
one
is
advantage.
amazing. This makes this so much better. What do you want to do with the advantage?
Can I see if they're surprised that we're here at all with that?
There's like a tinge of like I'm surprised you got here from Ashby,
Right.
but Melanie looks like standard affair Republic pencil pusher.
Okay.
She kind of like turns a data pad over to you guys and then says, "So, how are you guys doing?" And there's an annoyed tone in her voice.
Sorry, do we remember or would we know who set the 3-hour minute limit, whether it would be Ashby or Melanie?
It would have been Ashby.
Okay. The person who actually gave us the time limit is kind of surprised that we were actually able to pull it off. That's great. Really bodes well for the success of this venture. Anyways, continue.
So, does anyone else want to take a seat?
Sit down.
I'll take a seat.
Tesla will not.
Well,
As
I
some of you
mean-
sit down, you notice that Ashby stands up and just kind of walks over and begins to look down at Aru.
How may I help you?
Just ignore him. Could you just please browse that data pad for it doesn't have to be long.
I look down towards the data pad.
There is some seriously disturbing and scarring imagery of a Mandalorian being taken apart. You know what this is.
We've seen this video already.
Yes.
Have we
Is
seen
this
this
the-
video, or have we seen others in this series of videos?
She rolls her eyes and leans forward, speaking in a hushed voice, and says, "Look, you just don't know how bad this is, okay? And we're gonna get it solved, but I need cooperation. And if this goes the right way, it means a promotion for everyone else here. And contrary to popular belief, I actually want to empower you guys to do better because I believe in what we're doing."
What would you consider the right way for this? Obviously, this is not something we can allow to go on, but...
She furrows her brow and straightens her jaw and says, "The one where the Mandalorians don't redeclare war on us."
Are there any... There are no Mandalorians in the room with us at this point, right?
Yes, but they're not really paying attention. They very clearly do not care about you.
Oh wait, what was the setting? I thought we
We're
were
in a
like,
reception
an
area.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are people who are going to their starship and taking off.
Oh, okay.
Man, just because they're Mandalorian doesn't mean they're necessarily with the military. They could just be donning family-based armor.
They're cosplayers.
Is there anyone else with these two, like guards or just attendants?
Sure, make I'll say average perception check. So most of the people that are coming through very clearly have a set agenda. However, there does appear to be 2 Republic guards at the entrance to the starport. Basically, the way you guys would get out of the building. They don't seem too alarmed. They're just on typical guard duty. There's also one man in the corner of the room who is staring very intently at Aru.
That was Jace's role, right? That wasn't general information?
He was, yeah, but he asked
Right.
about typical people in here.
Right. That's just not something I would know. Or would have noticed necessarily.
Nope.
For
So-
that Advantage. Could I get a little extra information on the guy in the corner? Like, what walk of life is he visibly armed?
So as you kind of like begin to examine him, yes, he is armed to the teeth. There is a disruptor pistol at his side. He very clearly has a walk of life that is it's not honest. Let's say you can see some some death sticks on his hip.
Okay.
All right.
So I kind of lean in and say, so what are you trying to plan here?
So the only way that they're going to let us continue having any sort of operations here and the other planets that were included in the treaty is if we give something to them, because they understand that sometimes there are holdouts within their own respective factions, right? With that in mind, we have to do something to satiate the fact that someone actively programs some type of AI to eviscerate something closely related to Mandalorian intelligence.
Well, I'm thinking this is an inner monologue to myself, not speaking this out loud. Or actually, you know what? I'll lean back and Aru, are you sitting next to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to lean back and whisper in your ear. It's like, do we want to offer the Kiln AI up
Absolutely.
to Mandos?
I think we can. I have a plan.
Okay, I'll follow your lead.
Not necessarily a good plan, but I have a plan.
Okay, that's good enough.
As you guys are whispering back with each other, Ashby he snorts audibly and just kind of like looks to the side, rolling his eyes.
Listen, Ashby, I know you're not my biggest fan, but I think we have a way that we can smooth this over, and that's
Oh no! I'm just here to make sure things go according to plan.
Well, that's a hard charm check to turn one NPC into the character's biggest fan.
Oh shit! All right.
So let's see. What's my
I'm gonna
charm
flip a
looking
Destiny
like?
point and upgrade that baby.
Well, I suggest you don't do that. All right, we got an even roll from that now. Do I have anything else that I can throw onto this? What's the point of smooth talker? It's so shit. Ooh, suffer a number of strain to downgrade a difficulty of a charm or negotiation check for upgrade. Okay, so I'm gonna suffer 2 strain.
Solid, actually.
I'm gonna take 2 strain for this. Downgrade
if you
the
have
difficulty.
2 stacks of it, yeah. So 1 challenge is gone, and then
oh shit! I only have 1, not 2 ranks of it.
So you change the challenge to downgrade.
No, it's downgrade the difficulty.
Okay, downgrade difficulty. Okay, perfect. Yep, that's it.
Yeah. So
It fails.
No, Halo, it doesn't. Because I'm gonna get a triumph and fail. But I get 4 advantages.
It's great. I love it here. What do you want to do with those advantages?
So, with the advantages, Jolin, who's listening into this, is feeling a bit hot under the collar about what he's done to make this situation be what it is. And he's feeling a little bit more willing to work with us and the Republic in fixing this problem so it doesn't escalate into Mandalorians wiping out a bunch of more people.
How do you narratively work that into it? I'm fine with that, but do you tell him? What do you want him to do?
So he's hearing this, and he's going to be more willing than he might have been otherwise to go along with plans that might end up a little bit worse for him than what he was before. Because before it seemed like he just didn't want to come along. He wanted to fix.
upgrading a check with him if we try to convince him later or something like that.
Well, he wanted to fix his mistake with Kiln already, but it seemed like he wanted to do that while also avoiding any responsibility otherwise for it. Like, no repercussions with the Republic. He wanted to hide forever. But, or at least that was my read of our interaction with him. But now he might be more willing to cooperate with the Republic or with us.
Sure. The only caveat to that is I don't think you would know that he wants to do that.
Well, yeah, but I also wouldn't know that the game is run off of rolling dice in a tray. And here we are.
Oh my lord. All right, so sure, that's fine. So Ashby looks down at you and says, "You might think you can worm your way into my delicate little heart, but I promise you, this is going to end badly for you." And as he says that, Melanie like literally elbows him and says, "Sit down." And he immediately looks a little bit frustrated about it and takes a seat.
I chuckle. So, what? Okay.
No, you go.
Yeah. So, in terms of us giving up something, do you have something in mind?
Before we get to that, she says, and it just kind of slipped my mind. Do you have Jolin? It says here on my dossier that was your original mission when Cohen was your superior.
When we went to the station, the landing zone that we thought he was at, he wasn't there.
We've been trying to make contact with him, and we have received some information on him that led to us tracking down this. And I indicate for John to pass over the Kiln datapad. We think this might be the root of some of our problems here. I think I would go away.
It's on the ship.
Oh, John's gonna go and get something for you, right, John?
You don't need to go all the way back there?
Why did you
John,
Why did you bring the datapad with the game on it, but not the thing we actually need?
This is just I don't understand the question.
It's a mechanically inferior datapad. Of course, he wouldn't take it.
You could only get one graphics card. Of course, I brought this one. Can someone go get that, please? Do I have to go get that?
Jace.
All right, I will go get the datapad, and as I leave, I'd like to nudge Aru and indicate the guy in the corner, just to make sure she's aware.
Can I do a perception check to see if I even notice what he's telling me to notice?
You see this person, but you can make a perception check to try and identify them.
Hey, I did a thing.
Nice.
Hey, finally, the math had to go some way. So before we get to that, she leans in and says, "So all that aside, like, listen, I don't think you guys understand because I think that our friend here, she looks negatively towards Ashby, has muddied the waters here. We're not trying to harm this gentleman that we've asked you to find, and if you somehow manage to find him and you're having a drink," she throws her hands up in a bit of a exaggeration and then pulls out another data pad and says, "This is the contract we'd be giving him." You quickly reach over and grab the contract, I'm assuming, right, Aru?
Yeah, I want to slowly read it out loud as if I'm considering its contents, but I'm trying to relay the information to
Oh, right,
Jolin.
I have the datapad, or the thing in my ear.
With a Destiny token, you left it with me?
That's fine.
All right.
So real quick, as you start to read it, your eyes kind of peer up to the side and the realization hits you. That is your benefactor. That is the person in the corner is the very reason you left Ryloth.
No.
and you feel a sinking, like almost like a bunch of needles rolling around in your gut as you realize you have a pretty good idea of why he's here. So you begin to read the contract out loud, and it's honestly mostly favorable. It's basically a terms of employment contract. The only like negative thing that could be misconstrued is like for anything that was said in the past, they can hold you liable to it with pay deductions.
So pay deductions are the worst consequence he's facing right now.
Yes.
We're still working on tracking him down, but we've been able to make contact with him before, at least. We will hopefully be able to pass this along to him. We believe he is still on the planet somewhere.
In terms of other options we have here, is giving up a, I wouldn't say necessarily all of Kiln because that would be quite bad for the Republic, but giving up a portion of Kiln to the Mandalorians, would that actually be worth doing as well?
Can you give me a better explanation here?
Think of it like giving the carcass of Kiln. We'll give some scaffolding of what the AI was to show proof that it's dead.
Ashby kind of pipes up and says, "The way you're talking about it makes me feel like you guys have had intimate conversation with this AI."
We did find Kiln. That's what we've sent Jace to get. We have his AI loaded onto a datapad.
So you just had conversation with him and didn't feel the need to tell your superiors about it?
Well, we just came from there a few hours ago, and like I said, we're giving you the datapad now.
Melanie kind of just holds up her hand and says, "I understand that you want a reason to be here, but be quiet until then." She then looks back to you and says, "Okay, look, there's a couple things that obviously I said we have to give up. The most important being, we're gonna have you do something that is slightly illegal."
How slightly?
You see, do you know who Zerka Corporation is?
I'm aware. Are they operating here?
Oh yes, they're operating here with quite a bit of. All right, look, I'll just be honest with you. They want you to steal their shipment that's coming in.
Who's they?
She then points to the door, which opens up, and you guys see your good friend Jace, who is coming back with the datapad, and the Mandalorians behind him.
Note on coming back, I am
Sure.
coming back with a blaster carbine.
Okay. You come to the table, slide it down on the table, and push it towards her, I'm assuming, yes?
Yes.
Jace, what the
She
hell?
then-
What is that?
What's it look like? I don't like that guy in the corner, all right?
Rather do I, but...
So she begins to read the information and says, "So, okay, how did you get it onto this data pad?"
John, back level you can do later. What do you do? Please?
It's pretty simple. Just
You put a highly advanced intelligence on the smallest data pad that you could have possibly found. Uh-huh. Okay.
if it fits, it sits.
I hate it here.
We had
Isn't
it in
that
that
your
droid
famous-
first.
Isn't that your famous middle out compression?
She begins to run some preliminary checks on it and then says, "All right, you'll all want to check your bank account, I imagine." She quickly transfers everyone an advance week of pay.
So,
Good.
The Republic is paying us to hijack a Circa Corporation shipment for the Mandalorians?
Yeah, pissing off some backwater corporation is a little more important than pissing off some superpower.
What's in this shipment?
She smiles and says, uh,
You're gonna
you
say
know much
weapons,
about...
aren't you?
Oh, of course. I am surprised you had to make that connection. It's the type of weapons that's most concerning.
Are they volatile for carrying?
Yeah, probably. So Mandalorians use an old weapon that we've kind of made our way past, but they still think it has a reason to be used. Are you aware of what a nuclear bomb is?
That a little quaint.
Isn't that like a really primitive, sort of like a proton bomb?
Yeah, but this one typically makes it very hard for people to live in anywhere of the detonation. These things were used all over Sirocco.
So we're concerned about the Mandalorians attacking us, and to help circumvent that, we're stealing them weapons of mass destruction to give them.
Wait, why would a Republic corporation be building these?
Zerka is not Republic.
My mistake.
At one point, it was bought by the Republic, if you're well versed in your history, but after it was dissolved, the same people that we bought it from just made it again into Zerka Interstellar.
See, but I'm kind of worried if we give the Mandalorians these weapons, I'll dissolve.
That's fair. She then puts forward a hologram, and it blinks up and shows a fleet. It does not appear to be a Republic nor Mandalorian.
Who's even authorizing this?
Somewhat above your pay grade.
I don't know. I just find the whole arms deals for peace situation.
So just give me a second, Aru, so you can at least let me explain. When two superpowers go to war like this, there's a lot of up and comers who want to try and take advantage of that. Both of our factions are uniquely. We have the same problem. The hologram depicted here is the Advosec hegemony. They are the reason that they want those nuclear bombs. We have every reason to believe that they're going to be used against them.
The
And-
what hegemony? Just for my notes.
Advosec. Let me give me a second. ADVOZE. ZSE.
AD. I'm sorry, that was way too fast.
VOZD VOZE C SE. Is that what you said?
Let me put it in the chat.
That works.
So the Mandalorians are giving us assurances that these are not meant to be used against us.
But they are going to be used against other people.
Yes.
And the Mandalorians will continue invading those other people, but they'll never attack us.
Uniquely, it's actually a case where the Advosec are invading them.
What kind of insane... They're invading the Mandos?
And clearly they're winning, at least in some regard, otherwise they wouldn't form this. I honestly expected to come here and be under fire for what this AI has done.
So I think if we hand over Kill now and do this job to get those weapons for the Mandalorians, that would be enough to make the Mandalorians look past what's happened with the AI and for the Republic to forgive some of the
Truthfully,
deserters?
It will solve it for the Mandalorians. I'm not sure about Cassius himself. Can't speak for individuals, but yes, the Mandalorians would be willing to look past this, and yes, Jolin would be safe.
When is this
I'm-
happening? Sorry.
Go ahead.
There's a tram that's heading out 3 to 4 days from now. We'll get you more specifics, but you do have time to prepare. It has all the weapons aboard it. Oh, and if you're not terribly aware, we have no idea of knowing if these bombs are leaking any sort of radiation. The Zerka Interstellar isn't exactly the safest of bunches.
Oh, this sounds great. Okay. Do you mind if we go and prepare and discuss this a bit in our ship before we head off?
Of course, but what I would like for you... She then looks over to Ashby and says, "Can I meet you on your ship for just a couple of minutes?"
I think that was directed towards us.
Yes.
Oh. Deuce?
Yep. We can let you on. It's just we gotta stay away from a few rooms. They smell like rotten asparagus.
It's a Belderon thing.
Okay, she says with a raised eyebrow. That's fine. Just let me know when.
We can go now. Tesfa,
Ashby
have you
stands up
prepared
like he's
the...
coming with. Melody quickly
Hi.
shuts him down and says, No. You just wait here." And she begins to make towards your guys' ship.
As an intelligence agent, would Jace recognize the Advazek hegemony and know anything about them?
Sure. I would say it could be either education or warfare. But I would also let you use God, what the hell was the name of that other skill? Nope, I suck. You could use Outer Rim as well. They're all intelligence skills.
Great. For an intelligence agent, Jace is not
I mean,
very
I'm
intelligent.
completely content giving you 2 boosts on it.
Okay, I'll take 2 boosts. What was the difficulty?
It's going to be easy, believe it or not.
Oh, I might not fail.
What is this?
Well, you didn't fail.
Oh, you did.
Why can we never roll anything? Like, are we just gonna be TPK'd in this mission?
That's crazy, wild. So what do you want to do with the advantage? You can have it be related to them.
Would that one advantage be enough to get just an overall feel for the type of government they are?
They are a dictatorship, and they are highly xenophobic.
Okay.
To the point to where they really just don't want to talk to anyone that is not an adversary.
All right.
Okay, so you guys gonna follow her as she like meanders towards your ship?
Yep.
All right, cool. So she follows.
Sorry. I am keeping a careful eye on Corner Guy. I want to know if he follows us. I want to know.
So he
if
is
he
watching
twitches.
you intently, and you notice, make a perception check, he's holding something in his hand.
Perception difficulty.
It's going to be average. He appears to be holding a recording device, curiously.
Okay.
I lean into Tesfa. Tesfa, please keep an eye on him for me. And point to that guy.
All right.
Make sure he doesn't plant anything on the ship.
So you guys kind of walk up the ramp a little bit, and she stops you guys and says, "Look, I don't need long, but just so we're clear, we're on the same side, right?"
Of course.
All right. So with that in mind, you'll call me and let me know that you need help, right?
When we need help, yes. Do you think we need your help now?
I'm not a fool. I know exactly what I just asked of you. I do think you need my help.
You think this is meant to be a suicide mission for us? Are we a suicide squad?
No, I do not believe that it's. I don't believe they're intending to kill you, but your suspicions
Well,
to
not
me were just.
them. The Circa. Are we going to die horribly if we go after those nukes?
She shrugs and says, "Look, Zerka are definitely arms dealers. They would have people guarding it, so obviously you'll need more people like your friend Jace here. But you should be fine."
So how does that man in the corner during our little meeting, how does he factor into this?
Who?
He was
Uh,
recording us, by the way.
Kadia, can I get some active roleplay as to how you're watching this man? Just walk right
Walk
up. to him.
right up to him and stare him in the eyes.
I'm kind of tempted to do that. Tesla's not going to be particularly stealthy about it, but not overtly obvious. So kind of just like body angle towards him.
You're mean mugging him.
as soon as I
Every,
say
like-
watch him, just sentry mode engage, and then 10 weapons come out pointed at him.
And then just kind of like every like second to 2 seconds, like just refocusing my gaze on him.
The lenses just keep adjusting. Enhance. More. He says, "Okay, look. If you guys were to hire some muscle to come with you, I would reimburse you. That's as much as I can help, I think."
Okay, but going back to the guy who you said you are not in any way associated with, in the corner?
Look, the only people that came here were the 2 guards that you saw at the door. I know you saw them because they weren't exactly being told to hide. And
No, I understand. I want to be clear that he is not associated with you.
Not associated with me. I don't know if he's associated with Mandalorians. I mean, I
Okay.
saw a ton of people in there. I'm not exactly sure who you're referring to.
He was recording our conversation.
That's concerning.
All right,
Okay.
I describe him. What's his species? Is he a human?
He looks to be a Felinian.
Oh, what now?
Prince
Zyzer.
Shizor.
Ah,
The Feline in the corner? Smells nice. You didn't...
I have never seen that person in my life.
Keep an eye on him if you can.
Oh, of course. If
He's
there's
bad
anything
news.
else- She raises an eyebrow and looks back to your allies and says, "That sounds an awful lot like you know him."
We've had run-ins.
Okay. She then reaches out and shakes Jace's and Toos's hand and then looks back to Aru and says, "See ya," and begins to walk down the ramp.
Wait, are we... Where's the tram we're getting on to go to the thing?
She pulls up a data pad, kind of scoffs a little bit, walks back up the ramp, handing you Kiln's data pad and says, "Don't let them find this." And then and then quickly uploads the information back to you guys.
on a different date.
No, they just gave Kiln control of all public transit.
Good.
Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 flashbacks.
So the information she transferred to you specifically mentions that the station itself is inaccessible to Starship. If you were to try and bring this ship to it, you might accidentally incur a couple of infractions with local authority. It's going to require an actual tram visit.
John, can you download the updated tram schedule? This is outdated.
I tippy tap type on my data pad.
All right, easy computers check. I mean, you're downloading a file. Please don't fail this. Oh, triumph!
That is the best tram schedule.
All right, so you succeed. You managed to find the tram schedule and the one listed that your team is looking for. What do you want to do with the 2 advantage?
The tram system is running on time today.
My man lives in New York, apparently. Yeah, sure. The tram is actually running on schedule. No one's jumped in front of the train, surprisingly. What do you want to do with the Triumph?
I don't know. What do we want to do with the Triumph?
Security is very lax on this tram.
There were some Circa people heading toward the same place we were, coming from the ships we're jacking. Maybe get some information on that.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what you're asking for. Give it to me in more detail.
Well, while he was downloading the schedule, he also downloaded some passenger logs and security logs, and some of the we're taking the tram to go to some sort of port to get to the Circa convoy, right?
Yes.
We're jacking this from ships in orbit, and we're going to a place to transport us to those ships.
So, for context, she's basically asking you to meet up where the tram that they is located. This tram would normally be headed for one of the other starports that is on Ord Mantell. You're basically intercepting them. There is no ship involved.
Okay, so they're transporting it on the surface of the planet, and we're doing an old-fashioned train heist. Yeah. Okay, so some other Circa employees were on their way to that as well, and through some of the security logs that John downloaded while getting the schedule, we get some extra details on what the security detail for the convoy will be.
Sure. I mean, it's a Triumph. That sounds an awful lot like Advantage. What's the actual detail you'd like to get from it?
How big is their goon squad?
So it can give us an idea of how much muscle we need to hire.
There appears to be squads of 4, totaling up to 12. There's also very clearly what it would be their officer located, so it's about 13 in all actuality.
And is there any information on... Sorry, trying to rephrase that.
You're good.
How high quality are these goons? Is that something that we would be able to figure out?
I'll say if you flip a destiny point, you can get more detailed information, because you're basically asking for a stat block at that point.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, combat is not the party's strong point, so if you get into it, there's nothing... I would say you're completely fine flipping the point.
All right. I flipped a point.
So it appears to be, because the actual contract for escorting this goods, these don't appear to be your typical Zerka henchmen. They, if you had to guess, because you've been in the business for quite a while, Jace, as he shares the information, you realize that these are people that might just get shot after the job. They're not exactly super important. The most durable person there would obviously be their commander. These are up and coming mercenaries, and soon to be up and down into the ground, based on how you guys are going to interact with them.
Okay. What about the cargo itself? Am I stretching this Triumph too far?
No, after this, I would say that would be enough.
All right. Would you guys be all right with getting more information about the cargo?
Yeah.
Yeah, anything to help us out with this.
All right.
Don't sound too
So
excited, Twos Kanta. Jesus.
My blue is wearing off.
so like, how big is the cargo? How hard is it to transport? Is there any sort of radiation warning attached?
There is a massive radiation warning attached. It appears to be that this thing is transported mostly by cargo loaders, to say droids, basically. It's the only information that is logged when someone has actually had to go in there where droids couldn't be. They had to wear a suit.
John, do you think you'd be able to reprogram that kind of droids to carry stuff out for us? We needed to make a quick getaway?
Our
Sure. Why not?
Sure, why not? Or yes, I can.
So, can I, real quick, where are you guys in the ship right now? Did you go inside?
Yeah, or
Did you
oh
guys
yeah,
want to
maybe
tell
we should unasparagus.
Did you guys tell Kadia?
no.
All right.
Oh yeah, is God? Tesma's still looking at the other dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I calm out to Tesfa. Okay, you can come in now.
Kadia, as
All
you
right.
give this information, you finally break eye contact with him.
No, I maintain my eye contact with them as I enter.
You rotate your torso around as you walk onto the ship, looking at him. As you guys are sitting here talking about this in the middle of the ship, you notice that Samira and Jolin approach and just kind of like hold up their hands saying, yeah, what do you guys think about all this?
I think I don't want to get radiation poisoning.
I'm not big on that
Uh,
either.
I don't think they much care about this. Do you two want to get involved in, whatever you've heard so far?
From the sounds of the contract, it sounds like I actually have a way to retire and potentially do something more serious with the funds. So I would not be opposed to giving you guys some assistance.
I think
This
we
is
can
your
acquire
one
some
shot
armor.
out.
We
Yeah,
can find some
acquiring
disguises
armor.
for you two, then be a lot of help. Samira, you've seen us try to fight before. It doesn't go well.
It goes as far as I'll say.
It resolves. Now, how about radiation suits for them? I imagine those are pretty concealing.
Are our environment suits radiation rated or no?
Whenever you buy them, for whatever purpose, that is the purpose that they have.
Okay, so
These types
They are
of
not.
so the ones
Yeah.
you have are meant for like running out in the desert and hoping that you don't die from sweating and heat syncope.
The sweatsuit.
Uh, do you know what a camelback is?
Yep.
it's a still suit.
Yeah. There's a ton of stuff to make sure that you don't overheat.
So I guess we're requisitioning, what, six Enviro suits for this?
And
Um,
how do we explain the extra 2?
She even said to hire some extra muscle.
Okay,
We just
so
say we
just
found it.
pretend they're okay.
To be
I-
clear,
For
which
me.
are you requisitioning? Adverse environmental gear or enviro suits?
I don't know what.
Whichever one stops us from nuclear poison.
Enviro suits are full body and sealed. Adverse environmental is not sealed. So
Oh, sealed
the
for
sealed one.
radiation sounds pretty good.
So
Like, I don't
these
know.
cost a total of 750.
But like, we're gonna be compensated for that, right?
Yes. Do you have the money to get them
Yeah.
first?
Probably.
How much do we get paid per week, Kalo? I forget.
I'm pretty sure it was
Oh,
75.
definitely not.
75 each?
Yeah, every week. Every time we have a session, you get 75 credits.
Well, I have not been tracking that very well.
So I have a total of 554 right now. John, how much money are you sitting on?
What session number are we on?
We're on session 6.
Well, I haven't been tracking my income, so
If you haven't, then just add the 450 credits to your inventory. This will be the one-time amnesty. After this, you're fucked.
okay.
You're
So how many am I
very nice.
adding?
450.
450.
Is that in addition to the weekly payment that
That
Melanie
is
gave
the
us,
weekly
or
payment
in
of the last 6 sessions. 75 times 6.
So I have 1,000 credits basically.
Did you say it's... How much was it for the suits, Kayla? Was that total or per?
750 per.
Oh.
And bear in mind, I'm pretty sure that she told you guys that she would give you guys an additional week's pay. So add an additional 75 if you'd like. She knows what she's asking you to do.
Fucking, we're working off scraps here.
Yeah, you might have to have someone dedicated to it. It's crazy. Wild.
Tesla doesn't give a fuck about radiation.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one's brought that up. Thank
Well,
you.
that's why I said
yeah,
6 instead of 7.
It's Tesla, though.
Tesfa's not a cargo droid. Tesfa's a security droid. So it might look a little weird still.
Well, once we're to that point, it doesn't really matter what it looks like. Like, we're not going to try to stealth this, are we?
Maybe at first. We can probably...
Well-
those Circa employees are probably not willing to die for any of this. Some of the security ones will, but it won't be weird seeing a security droid on a mission like this, if we do try to stealth it. I just can't afford a suit.
If we need to pool resources for one suit, we can do that, and it would probably be a good idea to.
We need a-
Honestly, Jace kind of raises his hand and says, basically what you guys said is you're basically saying you want to go in there, don't you, big boy?
Sorry, what? No? No, I
You're
like my
buying one-
organs not melted.
If you're buying one suit, who's going to be wearing it?
That is up for discussion.
Well, we can get the droids if we can reprogram some of the cargo lifter droids that are with it.
I'm saying that we should have a suit in case we need it.
Yeah, well, we can... I think we need a suit for both Jolin and Samira either way.
They can get away with face masks
Yes.
if the point is disguise.
I guess people do wear those a lot in Star Wars, whatever that is.
Especially on Ord Mantell.
Who do we send in then if we send one person in? John, so he can
Plan it.
reprogram the droids?
Plan A, we just reprogram the droids, which I cannot imagine that the way we would reprogram them is by going into the radiation. That doesn't make any sense to
But
me.
if they're with the weapons, then we would need to go into the radiation.
God, I really hope you guys just mess this up and detonate one of them. Holy shit, I hate you.
We're reprogramming
Plan
the
two-
droids, not the bombs.
Plan 2 is we just send Tesva in. If none of that works, we have somebody don the suit as the situation requires.
So we buy a suit or two, and then we just carry it with us and put it on if it's necessary.
Pretty much.
Tesfa, John, any thoughts?
I mean, I can do it.
I stare blankly.
Helpful, as always.
We're getting you diagnosed after this.
I can don the suit.
No,
I have a commanding presence.
All right, let's...
What's that? What good is that going to do for some bombs? You're not going to order the bombs around.
I'll put...
As long as it's on a loading, like something that can carry the parts of the heavier equipment, we should be okay.
I'll put 300 towards 2 suits. Between the rest of us, we can get another. Would that be 1,100? No, 1,200.
750 times 2 is 1,500.
I will also do 300.
Are we going to hire anyone else with us?
No.
Okay, we're just going for the suits.
Yeah,
Well, you
because
have Samira
Joel and
and
Samira are
pro bono. Yeah.
they're our extra
Competent.
muscle.
Although, we can claim that we did hire them.
Oh, we will
and get
be claiming
compensated.
that to get the money back for these suits at least.
Well, they're going to pay for the suits anyway, aren't they? Like,
Yeah.
the Republic's not that bureaucratic, is it? It is, isn't it?
It is.
Oh.
They're going to say that we could have done it without the suits, so we didn't necessarily have to buy it, and then... But anyways, we need 3 more people willing to put up 300 credits.
I can put up 300.
Everyone's just scrounging in their pockets.
I only have 630 credits, Kayla.
Yeah, that's good. Think I want you to have money?
No.
No.
Here, why don't we shop around first? See what how much the suits we can haggle. How much can we haggle them down?
All
Okay,
right.
but we have to have the money to haggle with, yes?
We have enough for one at least.
Okay.
So Jolan holds up his hand and says, I don't mean to be, you know, the fly in your soup or anything here, but maybe you guys need more than just a suit and a chip on your shoulder, because this sounds like suicide, no offense.
Well, we have no
We're
other
just-
resources.
We're just getting started here.
I
Like,
mean,
I
I'm just
appreciate
saying that Zerka is like, I don't have to tell you guys, they are literally just drug-addled morons that will open fire at the first sight of trouble.
Then I'll fit right in, Jolin.
Oh, speaking of, Jolan, your sister is quite good with a shotgun. Do you have a preferred weapon? Do you have a weapon?
He pulls out a very old style blaster that looks like it takes revolving cartridges and says, yeah.
What is that?
It's just me. I like the old stuff, you know?
I think I just heard some of Inertial's old excitement bubbles sing over.
Oh my god, Bubbles is coming back!
Does that thing fire metal pellets? How accurate are those?
Let's settle for 1 suit first, and then see what else we want to buy.
We're going to need a suit regardless,
Yes.
probably. So let's just get that out of the way.
I am so already looking forward to next session. This is going to be. This
So-
is.
So to hunt for that stuff, if I recall, there were 2 types of roles that we did before. One is trying to find the vendor that sells the environmental gear, and then one for the negotiation.
Yeah, you could also use Underworld to try and buy it illegally.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a rarity 2 thing,
And
so
that's-
it's
well,
very easy to find.
Yeah, it's like stupid easy. It's like just easy to find it.
We might be able to bargain with the Republic to get some. I imagine they must have something like that from just on the planet that we could say this is a Republic mission. We'll borrow it and give it back.
No. Were you not paying attention to the part where this is very illegal?
Yeah, but if we ask Melanie, she can get it for... I'm sure she's in charge of many other operations. Her or Ashby.
I'm sure her jacket buttons over a number of other duties.
If we go up to the Republic supply depot and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to go jack a train, give us a suit, then yeah, they're going to raise some eyebrows. But if Melanie or Ashby goes and says, for one of our various legal Republic missions, we require one of these suits, that's not going to be a problem.
All right, let's go to Melanie then.
We'll send a message out I'll send like a message out to her, just requesting, in order for us to succeed in our plans, we are looking for how many environmental suits do we need?
Just say 2.
Just all
We're
of them.
looking for. We're looking for 6 environmental suits. 2 would be fine though.
Sure.
After a couple minutes, a text transmission comes back and says, "We can get you 1."
Fine.
Fair enough.
She says it'll be en route to the ship as soon as possible.
We're near a place that has official Republic communications going on, right? So, John, do you think you could clickety-clack your way into some Republic servers and happen to get a weapon or 2 sent over here?
Can't you just like call them? Isn't that who y'all work for? I don't understand the question.
Not for this. Like, say I wanted a well, let's see. What do I have? I have shit.
Yeah, that about covers it, doesn't it?
But if I wanted something less shit, like say if I were to have a this is all trash. It's all just terrible.
I would like to flip a destiny point.
For what?
That Ord Mantell has a Craigslist equivalent with a guns and ammo section.
I'll allow it.
All right.
If I wanted an HH-50 heavy blaster pistol shipped out to the ship here from Republic Wares,
I searched for that blaster in the let's call it I don't know,
rates
Sorry,
list.
Corey.
Ord's list.
Board's list.
Yeah, Kayla, is one of those available?
Yes, and he comes back to you and says that'll be 800 credits.
800? No. I refuse.
We're getting an environmental suit for free.
Yeah, but I don't have...
I would like to attempt to hack the Craigslist website to have it delivered, thinking it's already been paid for.
That'll formidable, please, with the setback.
How many difficulties is that? 4?
That's 5.
Oh, sorry, no, 4. Sorry, not
4.
4.
Daunting, yeah.
Daunting. That would be too mean, right?
Well, you should upgrade one of those. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna flip a destiny point. I'm gonna upgrade it.
Oh my gosh!
Hey.
What a chance!
we get 2.
Yeah, can the Triumph be there is a further error in the system and it ends up sending an extra copy?
I will not allow an extra weapon, but I'll allow an extra item.
It sends
We can
us
do
the
a
money.
gear thing.
Yeah. It sends us the money.
No, sorry.
Okay.
Getting a little preposterous here. Come on now.
Not all the money. It sends us the registration fee, so like 100 credits or something.
Let me.
Okay.
Let me see. I can get
False voice transmitter.
gotta be something here that I would want.
Slevered is like perusing.
It sends a couple Glock grenades.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Those never go poorly.
There are 6 Glock grenades in there.
We have to leave John equipped with though. All right.
I attach them all to my belt.
So I think any further prep that we want to do, maybe we'll discuss that offline and clear it with Kalo. And when we resume next time, we'll be boarding a train with some grenades.
What could go wrong?
Hey, Slevered, I'm going to need your help for this next session.
Okay.
All right, so which of the upcoming Sundays are people thinking is, or any other day? We'll figure that out, and I'll announce it on the schedule.
Yeah,
I know you've got
posted
stuff
in the
coming up,
chat.
Tesfa, but
Mine's like a month out. I posted it. It's like the 10/17 will be the next time. I can't.
okay. Well, we'll figure out the day. Either way, I'll have it on the schedule when I can. We'll be streaming the next episode on Twitch, and then it'll be uploaded as a video here on YouTube afterwards. But yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night.